Hello, today we're going to be making a fall wall pocket with air dry clay. My name is LaDara McKinnon, a teaching artist at Clayworks in Charlotte, North Carolina. This video is presented by Clayworks in Charlotte, North Carolina and sponsored by Culture Blocks, a community partnership between ASC, Charlotte Mecklenburg Library, Mecklenburg County Park and Recs, to bring arts and culture experiences closer to where residents live. Culture Blocks is funded by Mecklenburg County. What came in your kit is air dry clay, acrylic paint, a skewer, and a paintbrush. What you will need from home: a workspace, a small dish of water, and items found around the house for texture. Our first step is to divide our clay into fourths, and I'm only going to need one strip, so you're just going to rip that off, and then we're going to turn each one of these pieces into slabs. Slab, a flattened or rolled out piece of clay. So when you flatten out your slab, you're going to use your palm and just gently press your hand into the clay. If your air dry clay is a little tough, you just press a little bit harder. And every now and then I'm going to flip my piece of clay, and we want this to be the shape of a rectangle. So I'm flipping it just to get the right type of shape. Now that I have the rectangle shape that I would like, I'm going to do the cover for the pocket. So I'm pressing in my hand first since it's a little bit smaller, and then I'm going to reshape this into a square. Now that our slabs are flattened out, we're going to use the side of our stick to do some straight lines to cut off the edges. And I'm still keeping the shape into a rectangle. Cut out the slab, you're going to dip the sharp end of your stick and go all the way down the straight lines that you did. Every now and then, wipe the sharp end of your stick off and dip it back into the water. The water gives us a clean cut. And I'm going to do this to the pocket as well. The only difference is that we're going to measure how tall we want our pocket to be. So I want mine to be about halfway of the bigger rectangle. We are going to use the flat end of our stick to make 2 holes on the top of our larger slab. You're going to make 2 dots, make sure they're straight across from each other, and then you're going to just push the flat end of your stick through the 2 holes. You are going to need a sheet of paper, and you're going to ball this up. This is going to go in the inside of our pocket so it can be a mold. You want to ball the paper up really tight. Now we're going to attach our 2 slabs together by slipping and scoring. Score and slip. Score, the process of incising surface of wet or leather hard clay in a cross-hatching pattern before applying slip and joining clay. Slip is watered down clay used for joining clay together. For this project we are using water. We want to score right on the edge of our slab, but we don't want to go up too high. So place your little slab on to see where it stops. So I'm just scoring right on the edges, not all the way around, of the smaller one. And then you're going to tap on a little bit of water to attach. Place your balled up sheet of paper right in the center of your larger slab. Then you're going to place the smaller slab right on top of that sheet of paper. And I'm pressing it with a little bit of pressure. When you start to attach the pocket, you are going to start from the center and work your way around when applying pressure to the scored edges. Not so much pressure that you can't get the paper out later. So you can see here that I'm able to squeeze out the sheet of paper that's in the inside of the pocket. Now we're going to smooth out the edges with a little bit of water on one finger. I'm smoothing out all the edges, making sure there's no wrinkles, the seam is all the way closed as well. Now that our wall pocket is smoothed out, now it's time to use our extra clay. Now it's time to make little fall attachments. This can be anything that you want. I'm starting out with a leaf by just pulling off some extra clay and flattening it out. And then I'm going to use the sharp end of my stick to draw a leaf. This can be the shape of an eye or any type of leaf that you like. And then I'm going to use a little bit of water on the sharp end of my stick to cut it out. Smooth out the edges and then score and slip to attach. I'm going to add a little bit of texture on the leaf so it looks more like a leaf. And then I'm going to move on to making some pumpkins. Now I'm going to make a pumpkin by rolling a small ball, squishing it into an oval, and that will be the pumpkin. I'm going to score and slip it down and then draw the pattern on top of the oval. Then I'm going to roll up a little piece of clay for the stem. Now I'm going to add a little bit of texture to make it look a little bit more like a pumpkin. And then I'm going to add one more pumpkin and then focus on smaller pieces to add to the wall pocket. Since the majority of the wall pocket is filled up, I'm going to be adding a couple more leaves that are small and a little bit of polka dot. For the polka dots, I'm just rolling up really small balls and squishing them down and then slipping and scoring them on. How cute is this wall pocket? I love the decorations on this one. Now I'm going to gently pull out the sheet of paper and then let it dry for 24 hours, and then we will paint it together. Now that the wall pocket is dry, I'm going to mix up all the colors that I will need. Since I want to use fall colors, I'm going to be mixing oranges, an emerald green, a blue, and green. Now that my colors are mixed, I'm going to start with my emerald green for the background first, and then paint the little elements that we made. And I'm taking my time to paint the background, and I'm painting the inside of the pocket just a little bit. If you want to paint the inside of the pocket all the way, that's fine, but you won't be able to see it later, so I'm not really going to paint the inside. Before painting the little pieces, since the colors are going to be lighter than this green, I'm going to let it dry for a couple minutes. I have cleaned my brush really well since it had a darker color in it than these lighter colors, and I made sure that my wall pocket is really dry beforehand. And now I'm just going to paint all these little pieces whatever color that I want, and you can too. Since everything has been painted, now I'm just going to touch up all of the little areas that I missed and get on the little edges of all the little pieces. And this is going to take a little bit of time to do. I just want to make sure that everything's covered, and the second coat is really going to make all the colors pop. I really enjoyed this project, and I hope you did too. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you to our partners.